Chromosomes and Genes. Reproduction is an essential life process which not only helps in survival of species but also helps in continuity of that race. Why do children look like parents? Why do brother and sisters resemble with each other? This is because we inherit traits from our parents. The passing of traits from parents to child is possible through heredity. Heredity is the passing of traits to offspring from its parents or ancestor. Traits are observable characteristics that are passed down from parent to child. Things such as height, color and shape of eyes, type and color of hair and skin are all determined by the genes passed from parent to child. Even in plants, traits are transferred through genes. Think of the shape of a flower, number of sepals, number of petals. All these are inherited traits. These traits are carried out from one plant to another through the genes present in the plant cells. So, we can say that in all living things, traits are passed from parents to offspring through the transfer of genes. The study of inherited traits is known as genetics. Genetics is the study of how traits are passed down or inherited from one generation to another. It is the study of how each living thing is similar to others of its kind but also unique. Rinsey, they are your uncle and aunts. Hello, Rinsey. How are you? You have grown very tall.
Oh yes, she will be tall like her father. Even at this age, she looks like a basketball player.
Did you notice her hair?
They're so beautiful and curly too. The trend of curly hair runs in our family.
Her eyes are also blue like our mother.
Rinsey, do you know?
We are talking about your grandmother.
She had blue eyes. And you also have eyes like her.
I will be tall like my father. Curly hair runs in the family. My eyes are like my grandmother. Rinsey is confused, but all this will be clear once she understands the term heredity. Heredity is the passing on of characteristics from one generation to the next. Heredity may be defined as the transmission of characteristics through generations. All these characteristics are called the traits. There are some factors that control the inheritance of all traits. These factors are present in pairs and are known as genes. Genes, which you receive from your parents or grandparents, help to determine your physical traits, how you look, height, complexion, hair type, eyes, color, blood group and all. It is the reason Rincey's physical traits resembled with her father and grandmother. Rincey got the genes from her mother, father and grandparents that helped her in gaining good height, curly hair and blue eyes. Danish botanist Wilhelm Johansen coined the word gene to describe the unit which is responsible for heredity. He also made the distinction between the external appearance of an individual and its genetic traits. He gave two terms, genotype and phenotype. Genotype and phenotype are similar sounding words that are related but actually convey different meanings. The genotype is the genetic constitution of a cell, an organism, or an individual. In other words, we can say that the genotype is an individual's collection of the heredity units, genes. Phenotype is the individual's external appearance. An individual's phenotype is the expression of its genotype, whereas genotype is the set of genes responsible for a particular trait. Phenotype is the physical expression of that trait. Examples of genotype: gene responsible for eye color, gene responsible for hair color, gene responsible for height. Examples of phenotype: eye color, hair color, and height. With these examples, it is easy to understand how these two terms are related to each other. Genes and DNA. But what makes up genes? Your body contains trillion tiny cells, and almost every cell contains the complete set of instructions for making you. Genes are units of information inside the cells of your body. Genes help to decide your size, build, color, and other features. Researchers believe that genes also play a part in how you think and behave, and genes determine your health also. Genes control the expression of all these characteristics by producing proteins. Each gene has a special, unique code to produce proteins. Proteins are the building blocks of your body. The instructions to produce these proteins are present in the form of DNA and RNA. DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid and RNA stands for ribonucleic acid. DNA is a double helical structure composed of a phosphate group, a deoxyribose sugar, and a nitrogenous base. These two strands are connected by hydrogen bonds. The information inside our genes is written in a code made up of these four bases: adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine, shortened to the letters A, T, C, and G. These 4 bases, repeated in different combinations, contain all the information our body needs to function. DNA and chromosomes. DNA of a cell is organized into a thread-like formation known as chromatin material. It gets certain refined form and definite numbers during cell divisions. These thread-like structures, which are formed of DNA and proteins, are known as chromosomes. Entire DNA in the cell makes up the human genetic setup. In humans, each somatic cell contains 46 individual chromosomes or 23 pairs of chromosomes. Half of these chromosomes come from the mother and the other half come from the father. Out of these 46 chromosomes, 44 are autosomes and 2 chromosomes are the sex chromosomes. Human cells contain 2 sets of chromosomes, one set inherited from the mother and one from the father. The egg from the mother contains half of the 46, that is 23, and the sperm from the father carries the other half, 23, of 46 chromosomes. Together, a baby has all 46 chromosomes. A gene is the basic physical and functional unit of heredity. It consists of a specific sequence of nucleotides in a DNA that code for a specific protein. There are around 30,000 to 35,000 different genes present in DNA of human chromosomes. Like chromosomes, genes are also present in pairs. One member of each gene pair is inherited from your mother, while the corresponding member of the gene pair is inherited from your father. Genes are expressed in different ways. For some genes, both copies are needed in order for the protein they make to work properly in the body. For other genes, only one copy is necessary. For yet other genes, how the gene works depends on which parent it was inherited from. Genome. A genome is an organism's complete set of DNA, including all of its genes. Each genome contains all of the information needed to build and maintain that organism. In humans, a copy of the entire genome, more than 3 billion DNA base pairs, is contained in all cells that have a nucleus. Now here you meet some scientists who played a big role in reaching the stage in the field of heredity where we are today. Robert Brown was a Scottish botanist who discovered nucleus in plant cells in 1831. Hofmeister, a German botanist who observed thread-like structures in the nucleus in 1848. In 1853, a German biologist, H. J. Hammerling, proved that nucleus controls heredity while working on Acetabularia plant. Strasburger was one of the most prominent biologists who worked on essential facts of cell division in plants and published them in a book, Cell Formation and Cell Division, in 1876. Waldeyer, a German anatomist who coined the term chromosomes for the thread-like structures present in the nucleus in 1888. Sutton and Boveri. Theodore Boveri and Walter Sutton postulated the chromosomal theory of heredity in 1902, which is also known as the chromosome theory of inheritance or the Sutton and Boveri theory. Johansen. The term gene for the unit of heredity was given by Wilhelm Johansen, a Danish botanist, in 1909. Thomas Hunt Morgan, in 1910, confirmed that genes are located on chromosomes and postulated the facts in the form of gene theory of inheritance. We know that genes carry the instructions for passing hereditary information from one generation to next. When cells divide, these thread-like structures, chromosomes, are observed. But when were these threads-like structures first of all observed? In 1902, Sutton and Boveri postulated the chromosomal theory of heredity. Walter Sutton, a graduate student in E.B. Wilson's lab at Columbia University, observed that in the process of cell division called meiosis that produces sperms and egg cells, each sperm or egg receives only one chromosome of each type. In many ways, Sutton, Boveri observed that chromosome numbers are cut in half as egg cells mature and concluded that sperm and egg nuclei have half sets of chromosomes. Chromosome theory of inheritance actually states that inherited traits are controlled by genes residing on chromosomes that are transmitted through gametes, maintaining genetic continuity from generation to generation.